let's just take a quick example right here. I have $500 right here. As you can see, that is $500, okay? I'm going to take this money and I'm going to put it right here, okay? So you can see it, right? Right on top of the books. Now, just stay with me here, okay? Because again, we've all been taught growing up, right? I know that I was taught, my parents and my grandparents and all the generations before me told me, hey, Austin, save, 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 save. But they never told me what I was saving for, right? They just told me to save because, again, a penny earned is a penny saved, right? But why? What is the point of it? Let's just see if the money will actually do anything, okay? Let's just stay with me. Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that money is basically no good, right? Until you do something with it. So stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you 6 different ways of where you can take $1,000, right? Twice as much money as this or less, and you can make money on your money. Because at that rate right there, unless that money just gets up and walks somewhere else and comes back and brings me more money, I'm actually losing money, right? Because of inflation. You have to understand that money, without doing anything at all with it, is losing you money because of inflation, right? So understand that the only way that you're ever going to achieve the life that you want is to know what to do with your money. And now there's a million different things that you can do, but I'm just going to show you a couple of simple ones that I've been able to do over the last few years that have yielded me a very high result, right? They've actually made me a lot of money. And understand that I'm nobody special, right? At the end of the day, I'm just like you watching this video right now. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So you've been working your 9-to-5 job, maybe you even have a side hustle. One way or another, you have an extra $1,000 and you want to invest it because you've been taught, very similar to the way that I've been taught over the years, and just continue to save and save and save and save, right? But the question that I want to ask you right now is, what are you actually saving for? I know that I was taught that a penny saved was a penny earned, right? Or a dollar saved was a dollar earned. But was it really? Is that just what we were taught, right? So again, in this video, we're just going to kind of uncover the truth about money and then ultimately where we can invest our money to actually make a little bit more money. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash the subscribe button, click the thumbs up button, and we're going to jump right into it. Number 1 is to find a mentor, right? Or invest in yourself, okay? Now there's a number of different ways that you can invest in yourself. And finding a mentor just happens to be one of the ways that I've found works the very best. Now, there's some other ways that you can do it as well, such as reading books, listening to podcasts, watching a video just like this on YouTube, going on Stitcher, right, going on iTunes, and listening to different things by different people. None of which actually compare, though, to a real-life mentor. Now, a mentor is simply somebody that has what you want in the area that you're looking to grow in, right? An area that you're looking to evolve, to expand, and to truly become better at. You see, a lot of different people go out and they get advice from the wrong people. Now, I've actually literally done this the majority of my life, and I realized only in retrospect that I was getting the advice from the wrong people. Tell me if you can relate. Your mom or your dad, they told you how to live your life. Maybe your aunt or your uncle, maybe a friend or some family member. And in retrospect, you found out that they don't actually have what you want. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't love them. It doesn't mean that you don't care about them. And it certainly doesn't mean that they're not intelligent or don't know what they're talking about. They just don't know what they're talking about in that particular area. Now, what do I mean by that? I simply mean this. If you're looking to, let's just say, make $100,000 a year, right? But you've never made $100,000. Now, if you go to your mom and you ask your mom how to make $100,000, but the most money that your mom has ever made in her entire life is $40,000, then how can your mom actually be qualified to give you advice on how to make $100,000? Fairly simple, right? You know, at the end of the day, your mom's a good person and she probably even has your best interest at heart. I know mine certainly do, okay? But that is not to say that that is a good mentor to have in that particular area of life. So just remember that when you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for somebody that has exactly what you want. right? They wear the clothes that you eventually want to wear. They drive the car you want to drive. They live the lifestyle that you want to live. That is how you find a real life mentor. Now, really quick, the purpose of a mentor is to shave time off of the learning curve, right? Because we all know that time equals money. You can make more money, you can get relationships back, you can get friendships back. There's a lot of things that you can earn back. The one thing that you cannot earn back is time. So if you go out there and make a series of mistakes that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise made by having a mentor because you've leveraged the fact that they've made them before you and you've chose to not make them based on their decisions, then ultimately you save time. And time is so freaking valuable because it is irreplaceable. Now, there's a couple of other things that you can invest in, such as courses and things of that nature. Now, that's very similar to having a mentor. It's not quite as close as having a real life mentor, but it is very similar because you're actually paying money for specialized knowledge in a particular niche or category of life or business that you're trying to get into, right? That's another great way to go ahead and actually find a mentor with probably most likely not having to spend as much money, right? A real life one-on-one mentor normally is going to cost you an arm and a leg. But typically you can get a course from anywhere from $200 to $1,000, and you're not actually going to have to get a real life mentor, but you'll normally get a lot of the same knowledge that a real life mentor would provide. The last and final thing that I would say to do is to invest in your personal brand. If you're watching this right now, you could literally start a YouTube channel, which we're going to talk about in a little while. You could invest in your Instagram. You could invest in your Twitter. You could invest in your Facebook, right? You could invest in your LinkedIn, okay? You could actually invest into actual traditional marketing, right? Traditional print media, billboards, TV commercials, radio ads, whatever is going to get more eyeballs, right? More people that you don't know. People that don't know who you are yet, to see you and to know that you have a product or a service that you might be able to provide to solve a problem, right? You have a solution to a problem, okay? That is one of the most valuable things you can do when you're investing into yourself. The next thing you can do is start an ATM business. Now, you're probably watching this, you're like, wait a minute, Austin, what in the world? We just went from going to investing in yourself to starting an ATM business. I understand, right? You're probably like, wait a minute, like Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, right? A lot of these different things, a lot of these different big banks, you know, you see, or maybe the preconceived notion is that you have to be a bank to own an ATM. And that just simply isn't the case, right? You can actually own an ATM outright. It is yours. You own it. Literally, you can do whatever you want with the ATM. You set the surcharge, you do the negotiations, and you make residual passive income off of your money. You need a lot of money to get started in the ATM business. And it is simply not true. You do not need a lot of money to get started in the ATM business, right? As a matter of fact, it's basically all negotiable. If anything, you don't need anything more than $1,000. But without a shadow of a doubt, you can get invested in the ATM business with a minimal amount of money and yield a very high potential return. And not only are you going to yield that high return, but it's passive, right? Meaning the money that you put in one time is going to pay you over and over and over again, right? Without taking any more of your actual time, which is literally one of the most valuable things in the world. The next thing that you can do is start an e-commerce brand. Shopify is a phenomenal example of this. Now, I'm not extremely big in Shopify. I do have a store that I'm going to show you right here. You know, it isn't something that I personally run. I've hired that out. Other people run that for me, and it isn't how I make a lot of my money, right? It's very minimal. However, it doesn't cost a lot of money to get involved. It is a great skill set to acquire early on because later on in the future, you might do more businesses. You might start more things as an entrepreneur, right? As your entrepreneurial journey evolves and it grows, you could very, very, very easily have a product, right? Have a service that you provide in the e-commerce space that can yield a maximum return, right? It can yield a very high return on your money, okay? So let's talk about that really quick. You know, step number one is obviously you have to find a product. So a lot of product research is gonna go into this. You know, there's a million different ways to do it. You can buy a course, you can get on YouTube, you can watch videos on Shopify and the e-commerce, right? But you have to have a product. Basically, the business model is simple. You know, you're probably watching this if you don't know anything about e-commerce. Maybe you're saying, hey, Austin, well, I have to have a warehouse and a manufacturer, and I got to create a product, and I got to have patents and all this crazy stuff. And the reality of it is that is not the case at all, right? Shopify and e-commerce, for the most part, especially if you're doing drop shipping, is basically where somebody else, right, the consumer pays you before you ever actually buy the product, and then you actually buy that product from like China or another country, and they actually drop ship that product straight to the consumer, so you never actually touch the product, making the arbitrage, right? You're making the money in between what the customer paid and what you bought the product for. Everything in the middle is profit to you. Phenomenal business model, and again, all you really need to do is figure out what product you're going to sell, who you're going to get the product from, and then how you're going to market that product on the internet, okay? Again, there's a lot of videos on it, and I implore you and encourage you to go check out some more of those videos and to learn that industry and that business model if that is something that you want to do. Another phenomenal thing that you can do is to get a professional license. Now, what is a professional license? It is simply a license that you're actually going to go acquire. You're going to go to a school of some sort. Typically, the schooling doesn't take very long, depending on what kind of license you're actually going to get. And I'm going to name a couple of them, and then we're going to talk about how this could actually benefit you and how you can make a ton of money getting a professional license, okay? Number one, you could get a real estate agent license. Now, I'm a real estate agent, and, for about $1,000 a year, I maintain my real estate license. Now, I make a decent amount of money from being a licensed real estate agent, right? And it doesn't cost me a lot of money, and it doesn't take a ton of my time. Now, I am scaling a team and things of that nature, but I didn't start out there, right? In the beginning, I got my real estate license. I took the test, I got the license, and I sold some real estate, right? Very simple to do. In the beginning, it was friends, it was family, it was referrals, right? It was all very simple. Even if you got a license for $1,000 or $2,000 and you made $40,000 or $50,000 in that year, that is a phenomenal investment, right? It's a phenomenal return on your money, and it's something that there's literally no income cap, right? Like you can take that license and you can make as much money for as long as you want, right? It might cost a little bit yearly to maintain, but at the end of the day, you can take it and you can make an unlimited amount of money, which is extremely incredible, right? Number two is an insurance agent. You could be an insurance agent. You could be a licensed home inspector, right? And there's so many other licenses that you could go get and actually make a ton of money with, right? A phenomenal way to invest $1,000 for a lot of money, right? A lot of return on your investment. Okay, so understand that, and understand, by the way, that takes a little bit more time, right? It takes a little bit more time than investing into your brand, getting a mentor, starting an ATM company, right? Or doing e-commerce, okay? It just takes a little bit of time, but it is 100% worth it, and I encourage you to go do that if you've ever thought about it, okay? Getting close to wrapping up, but stay tuned to the end because these last couple are extremely important to your success, right? To you going out there and actually achieving a maximum amount of financial independence and financial security. Start a YouTube channel, right? You're watching this right now, and by no means, I don't have millions and millions and millions of subscribers yet. However, I am going to have those subscribers, right? Because I'm committed in my head to making that happen. I'm committed to making videos like this better. So hopefully you like this video, you subscribe, right? But, at the end of the day, I'm committed to the editing process, right? To making the editing process as good as I possibly can. I'm committed to recording with good lighting. I'm committed to putting it together and thinking about what I want to say and what I want to teach you based on experience that I've had, right? I didn't always have money. And to this day, I'm still very frugal and I don't spend a lot of money on different things, but what you need to understand is that I started out just like you. I was just a normal guy, right? I grew up in my grandparents' garage. And, through a lot of hard work, grit, resilience, and determination, I was able to actually make a decent amount of money, right? I was able to achieve a level where most people say, hey, Austin, you are successful, right? In quotations. So just understand that starting a YouTube channel takes time. And at the end of the day, you've got to figure out what niche you're going to be involved with, right? Maybe you're good at cooking. Maybe you're good at cleaning, right? Maybe you're good at automotive stuff, like you're good at fixing cars and you're good at painting cars and wrapping cars. Maybe you're good on the internet. You're a coder, right? Maybe you're a gamer. You do Fortnite. You play Fortnite. You stream live. Whatever it is that you have a skill set in. Maybe you're a girl and you're good with makeup. Right? Those are things that other people want to see, right? You can teach other people and you can make money by monetizing your YouTube videos. And obviously a lot more can come from that, such as affiliate links, etc. And last but not least, affiliate marketing, which we just mentioned in the last one on the YouTube channel, but you could actually combine these two, right? So you could take your YouTube channel and your affiliate marketing, and you could actually make a significant amount of money. Now, you could do affiliate marketing without YouTube because you could leverage your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, and all the things that we talked about in the beginning of this video. However, a YouTube channel is just going to add basically just icing on the cake. Okay, so again, an affiliate marketing business is essentially where you actually market somebody else's product or service, then you make a commission every time you sell that, right? Maybe it's one time, and maybe it is residual or passive, like we talked about earlier. Either case, it would take much less than $1,000 to start this particular business model, and again, you can yield a very high return. I know people that literally make hundreds and thousands of dollars from affiliate marketing, okay? You can have an Amazon store, and there's so many different things that you can do, right? Network marketing, affiliate marketing, Amazon. You can literally be an affiliate marketer for a watch, like something you believe in, like a watch. Bang Energy, I think there was a bunch of affiliates for Bang Energy if you've been drinking that. It's an extremely successful company, right? And a lot of the companies want influencers. They want people to market their products and to help them sell their product or their service, okay? With that, I hope you got a ton of value, a ton of knowledge from this video. Again, go ahead and smash that like button real quick. Hit the subscribe button if you have not already. And I look forward to just seeing you in the next video.